Welcome to Financial Express post-budget special. If you think all that Arun Jaitley did today was cut rates at the lowest tax slabs, you're mistaken. There are a lot other places where individuals need to watch out for very specially. So let's but first start with Ravi Shingari, who is a partner with KPMG. On all the tax queries that you have, please keep them flowing in. The first and the most essential question that we want to ask him is, Ravi, are the tax changes, the slab changes limited just to that 5% or there are wider implications?
Okay, so if you see the way the changes have been brought about, the first slab, which is between 2.5 lakh to 5 lakh, earlier the rate used to be 10%. That has been brought down to 5%. Now, if we just focus on this particular slab and dig a little deeper into this, assuming that your income is 3 lakh, that means your taxable amount is 50,000, and you apply a rate of 5% on that, your tax liability comes to 2,500 rupees.
Right.
There is a provision under the law which gives you a rebate of 2,500 if on your tax payment, and that rebate in this budget has been clarified that applies to a limit of 3 if your income is only up to 3 lakh.
Okay.
So my income is 3 lakh, my tax liability is 2,500, I get a rebate of 2,500, so my net tax outflow is 0.
Right.
So if I'm earning only 3 lakh, I don't pay any taxes.
Right.
Let's move the needle and say if I'm earning 4.5 lakhs, and I'm picking up these numbers for a reason because they add up to a certain sum. If my annual income is 4.5 lakhs, as we all know, there is a specific section 80C,
Right.
under which we get a reduction from our income, taxable income, if we invest those amounts in certain specified areas, like a savings bank for 5 years or home loan principal repayment, LICs. So let's say I've utilized the entire 1.5 lakhs of investment limit. So my total taxable income is 4.5 lakh. I reduce 1.5 lakh, which I've invested under 80C. My net taxable income comes to 3 lakh. I again apply 5% rate on the 50,000 amount. I get a tax amount of 2,500. I'm eligible for the rebate again because my
Right.
net taxable income is 3 lakhs.
Right.
Again, my tax liability is 0.
But how many people earning 5 lakhs can
Will
have
be able to
1.5 lakhs? under
absolutely.
80C?
So
Yeah.
practically, that's a question that,
Right.
we all need to watch. My personal view is that it may not be possible for that income bracket to really invest the entire amount under 80C. Anything above 4.5 lakhs will not get the benefit of rebate, because then even after I reduce my complete 80C over 1.5 lakhs, my taxable income will be more than 3 lakh.
Right.
So which means that I will always have to pay certain amount of tax, at least minimum 2,500 plus.
Right.
If I move to the next bracket, which is 5 lakh to 10 lakh,
Right.
the tax rate there is 20%. That has remained unchanged. Right. So if I fall in that bracket, for my first 2.5 lakhs, earlier I used to pay 10% tax. So my liability, so if I'm more than 5 lakh, I will always start with a minimum tax payment of 25,000 rupees.
Right.
And then add 20% on the extra amount.
Right.
Now with this reduction of rate from 10% to 5%, I will start with a base tax of 12,500 rupees and then add that extra tax amount above 5 lakh rupees. So which means that all income categories of whether it's 5 lakh or 10 lakhs plus will get an additional 12,500 benefit, because they will anyways, it's a slab based calculation. So you always get the benefit of 12,500 rupees.
Right.
But if we move further to the higher income category, which is 50 lakhs and above,
Right.
then an additional surcharge of 10% has been introduced, I think, which is a right step, because somewhere we need to get the country to come to an equilibrium. And probably I think introducing the extra tax on the higher income group is somewhere probably a right step. So 50 lakhs to 1 crore, there's a new surcharge of 10%. Okay. And already in the last budget, if you were above 1 crore, surcharge of 15% was introduced, which continues.
Right.
So that's how the income tax pans out in terms of individual slab rates and various surcharges are concerned.
Great. Thank you for explaining the tax slabs in detail to us, Ravi.